DSU student Angelina Karpenok is a dual citizen of both Russia and the United States. Angelina currently works at the front desk at the International Students Office. She describes the International Office on campus as her safe zone.
I always feel safe here because it doesn't matter what my nationality is. They will always be there for me. It's definitely been like one of my biggest supports here, so I feel really happy that I have this job.
But despite feeling safe here, she still feels stuck between two worlds right now since Russia began the invasion of Ukraine.
Just not being able to go again, like home is kind of tough. I'm not there to support people in a sense, and I haven't been home for 6 years, so it's kind of hard to just like identify as a Russian still. But I know that I'm very much still Russian. I speak that language. I have the same culture, have the same mindset in a sense. So it definitely feels like being stuck in between an anvil and a hard place right now.
However, Angelina isn't afraid to use her United States citizenship rights to speak out about what she thinks is really going on.
Like, I know that I'm not even allowed to say this is a war. If I say it's a war, actually, if I go back to Russia right now, I can get arrested. That's the problem here. So like I constantly feel paranoid about whatever I'm saying, because if I say something about like not supporting Ukraine, I will basically get in trouble here. Or like if I say something like I support Ukraine in Russia, I get in trouble. So either way, like I'm screwed in a sense.
She uses the internet to keep in touch with her family, but that too has become difficult.
For example, like they already banned Facebook and Twitter, and it's like everybody is so paranoid right now what they're going to ban next. Like YouTube might get banned or that might get banned, so I might actually lose like connection with all my family.
While she would also like to fly back to Russia to see them again someday, this too is a problem, as the route to get there is nearly impossible.
The plane routes have basically gotten all canceled. I mean, the flight from America to Russia right now is you cannot fly over Europe, you cannot fly over Canada, you cannot fly over Greenland. If you fly over any of that land, you basically like get into a lot of trouble right now.
She also has concerns about her family, even though her perception is often on the other side of this war.
Like I go to bed every day and I think, okay, what if I wake up and all my family is dead, basically? Like, or what if the communication gets cut? I will never hear from them again. And my grandparents are old. What if they just die of old age? Like, that's everything that I think about right now. Like, it's just not good at all. Like, and my passport is expiring. My Russian passport is expiring in just like a year or so, like a half a year. So like I kind of have to go back. Otherwise, like I might even lose my citizenship. You don't know.
I know our faculty have been tremendous assets in the front lines of, knowing if they're students from Russia or Ukraine and being able to reach out to them and making sure they're okay and making sure that they have the support. And of course, our doors are going to be always open. And so if they'd like to stay here for extended amount of times, we're going to help them make that happen.
Because Angelina is here on a scholarship, she has no concerns at this time about finishing college, but after that, she's not so sure.
I don't like pay anything to go here because I am on a full scholarship, so like I feel really happy about it and glad, because that's one less thing to worry about. I'm honestly like afraid and paranoid that people might not accept me to work if they know that I'm Russian, so I might just stick with like being American, I guess, but my accent usually gives me off anyways.
Angelina, like others, doesn't understand why this war had to happen. She feels that everyone is at war right now, not just Russia and Ukraine.
It is a war, it's just not being played actively right now, it's just being passively. People are supplying with weapons, there is a war on information right now because all the news media are like lying and biased in a sense. Like it's really hard to tell what's like the truth right now. So it's just, everybody's involved in this war right now. It's just not like with the troops.
And she's worried about her family members surviving in Russia due to the sanctions.
And like, we all know like the sanctions don't really impact the elite people in a sense. Like I know that President Putin like sits and eats his ribeye steaks every single day while the rest of us are like starving. It just always has been the case, and now it's even more the case because all these businesses are pulling out. People cannot buy clothes, they cannot buy food, like just anything you can think of. It's really hard to like say what businesses are like pulled out of Russia, because it's easier to say what businesses have stayed in Russia, because it's basically none.
And because of propaganda that is fed to Russian citizens, it's made it difficult for those in both countries and even relatives to get along.
Ukrainian students who have families in Russia, there are Russian students who have families in Ukraine. So it's not just like you draw the line, it's so mixed up. And that's why the goal is to protect and support. This is what we have been focusing on, and as to the best of my knowledge, the students are really handling the situation well.
Angelina has struggled personally with what's happening so much at first that she couldn't sleep. She suggests those who are worried to try and keep their mind off of it.
Just keep busy, like keep doing. Go on a jog, go outside, walk around, talk to people. Talking to people is really important. Like, you don't isolate yourself.
Angelina believes this could all stop.
This conflict will only end when there will be freedom in Russia. Right now there's no freedom in Russia. There's not even freedom of speech. There's so much corruption. So I think that, like, if the Russia's government change, the world will get better.
From Dixie State University, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.